Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie. I'm your host. I'm so happy to be here. I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. I hope that new moon is treating you well. I'm honestly curious to know how the rest of you slept because it was kind of a nightmare here. Nobody slept. I don't know. The animals did, maybe, but I had a terrible night, and so did Scott. And he finally, partway through the night, said, "What the hell? Why can't anyone sleep?" And I went, "Oh, wait. It's a new moon." Sometimes the new moon really throws me sideways, and this one particularly, yikes. There was not a lot of sleeping to be had. So I'm curious to know how you did and how your animals did because that's always interesting too. We had some scaredy pigs on our hands. You guys, you know that I live with two mini pigs. Uh, that and they have their own like love seat style bed that Scott built them because they were destroying the couch. And I was kind of over that. I know, weird, right? But anyway, they have slept on that couch or that bed for about 2 years now, and it has a toddler mattress on it, like a crib mattress. So they have worn it out and had torn holes in it, and it looks like crap, and I'm tired of cleaning up all the foam from it off the floor. So we bought him a new mattress last night and a new blanket to go on their mattress to keep him from picking at it. And it scared the crap out of him. And so poor Fiona, uh, they're already just suspicious. They're pigs, it's just the way they are. But poor Fee could not, she couldn't lay down on it. She didn't trust it. She was scared of it. I'm going to put a picture in the chat room to show you maybe why. Maybe we're just sick and twisted, or maybe we just think we're funny around here, but I'll show you their new bed. I did put it up in the chat room. There you go. Yeah. Yes. Their new blanket is a big bad wolf. I know. Is that funny? No. Kind of is, though. It wasn't really the wolf that she was so suspicious about. It was just the new bed in general, but it just made me laugh when she just kept circling around it and sniffing it and then walking away again and refusing to get up there. And, you know, she's sleeping on the big bad wolf. I know. Not funny or nice. But to be honest, I put up with a lot out of these pigs, and I feel like occasionally, I mean, it's probably okay to benefit a little from them, right? Is it wrong to seek some kind of entertainment from these pigs? Yeah, I didn't think so. Anyway, I know. We're crazy. We're crazy around here. But what you gonna do when your pigs like really need their bed? Well, you give them their bed. That's what you do. So, anyway, now they have their new bed and they're just fine. She did eventually finally come to bed with a lot of coaxing from Scott. She finally came to bed and slowed her roll. So she's fine now. But anyway, that's all. I have so much show and tell for you guys. It's not even funny. But I realized that I didn't want to leave the chat room out, and there were a couple of videos I needed to post for you guys. So I'm going to do that really fast here while we talk. I do want to let you know that we're over in the chat room, and you can find it by heading over to 12radio.com and clicking on the chat button, and you'll be redirected into the Facebook chat. And you'll see my banner there at the top of the page. That's where we're chatting from. And or you can come and watch the live stream. And you can watch the live stream by heading over to YouTube or Facebook looking for Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic. And that's how you do it. So, either way, I'm happy to have you here. And wherever you comment in the live streams or in the chat room, I have my eyes on all of them. So you can be a part of the conversation no matter what. Yeah, but I do have lots to show you. I have been working my tail off. I wish that was true. Right? Like, wouldn't it be great if you actually could work your ass off? I really need that. Can someone make that a thing? Probably not. I know. Dare to dream, right? Okay. I put some videos up in the chat and some pictures. So the videos I think probably won't post for a minute, but they'll be there shortly. Okay. Well, let's get into it. Let me jump back to the chat room. Pamela said, "Bad mama." I know. We're the worst. You know why they got that one? I was looking at the blankets. Well, this is kind of a long story, but they can't tear those up. Those they're thick fleece blankets from Walmart. And then we use mattress clips to clip them onto the mattress tightly so that they can't tear them up because pigs like to root and their little teeth are so sharp and their noses are so strong, they tear everything up. So they can't tear that. They're not, for some reason, it's just they're not strong enough. It's not terrible. So we have to put it on. That's what we put on their bed so they can't tear it up. And so I always buy the same blankets at Walmart because they work really well. And we put that one on there. Well, we had to buy him a new one, and because their old one was worn out, it was a unicorn, by the way. So that was the darkest color one they had. And well, these are pigs, so sometimes they have dirty hooves and stuff. So I wanted the darkest blanket. It's really the only reason they got that one. Now, I have not told them the story of the three little pigs, Renee. I'm guessing it just, is lore that runs in their blood. I don't know. Lynn also would like to work her butt off. Yes, if it was possible. If it was possible, I'd have an ass as flat as a board. I know that, but it's not. So I digress. Let's see. Okay, looks all like all my videos made it up into the chat room. So, all right. A few of you guys are saying that you too have been struggling a little bit with sleep. I totally get it. Yes. Ah, Sid is listening, running around getting storm ready. Yes, all of my Floridians and, of course, Puerto Ricans have already been through it, and any of the rest of you that are affected by the storms and the hurricanes that have been moving through, as always. And of course, my heart is with you and my concern. Yeah. Hey, Kev. Yeah. Kev says a long back. Kev says he has a long back. Just a great big old flapjack. Someone did work their ass off. Well, look at that. Too funny. Lynn, I'm so glad that you were hoping to see pictures. That's just one of our pigs. And it's funny because Zig, our male, he usually is my scaredy cat. And he hopped right up on that bed like it was nothing. And then Fiona fought it and acted all weird, which I thought was kind of crazy because it usually is Zig that gets kind of freaked out. Not this time. She was the big chicken. I actually had one more picture of the puppies I wanted to show you guys. Two. You guys will be amazed at the difference in these dogs. So I have to pull up a picture. Oh, it's kind of blurry. Dang it. Well, I'm going to send it anyway. Uh, poor dang Bruno. He doesn't hold still for pictures worth a darn. Oh, that's the good one. Okay, I posted the wrong one. Uh, hold on, I'll get there. These guys are killing me because Luca has gotten, well, okay. We keep saying this that Luca has gotten so big. And what's actually true is that Bruno has stayed really small. I had expected these dogs to be bigger chihuahuas than what I've had in the past. Mom and dad were bigger by a pound or so, but in little tiny, doggy world, that matters a lot. A pound is a lot. And so I had expected them to be bigger because I actually wanted chihuahuas that were a little bigger because for all these years I have had tiny toy chihuahuas that, are very fragile and you're constantly worried about them and, you know, constantly keeping them safe and like you do for all your dogs, but those itty bitties, man, they inspire a lot of worry in me. So I had wanted a little bit bigger chihuahuas. So when I bought these guys, that was my intention because mom and dad were bigger. So check out this picture, and I just put it up in the chat room as well. So on the left, clear on the left is Rico. That's our old boy. He's 9. And then in the middle is Bruno. He is the teeniest one of all of them. And then Luca. But look at these 2 dogs. Can you believe they came from the same litter? These 2 are brothers. And we're always kind of laughing about Luca, that he's so big, but again, he's not. Luca is the size of their parents. Bruno is tiny compared to their size of their family. Anyway, isn't that wild? But that's my fan club right there. Yesterday, I made a terrible mistake. I went in the bathroom and shut the door. I know. What an ass. There was a lot of scratching on the door and whining. And when I opened it, all 4 of our indoor dogs, Blue was there too, were sitting there staring at me. Like, what are you doing in there? Are you okay? I ruined their day. I won't make that mistake again. How many pigs do I have? I have 2. 2 pigs. They both are indoor outdoors. They sleep in the house at night. In the winter, they're in the house 99% of the time because they hate the snow and the cold. They hate getting cold hooves. But in the winter or in the summer, they hang out outside a lot. But they're basically indoor piggies. And now it's getting dark quite a bit earlier, so they're kind of already getting in that habit of eating dinner and going straight to bed. Yes, never shut the bathroom door, huh, Dawn? What am I thinking? What a jerk. Anyway, so wild. Okay, let's do some show and tell. I have so much to show you guys. This is nothing that's on Etsy yet because it's all going to the fair. However, if you see something you want, send me a message and we'll work it out because I can always make another one or sell the one I have, but nothing's going to go on Etsy at this point until after the fair because the last witches market of the year is next Thursday. So I've been creating specifically with that in mind. That is literally where Bruno's name came from. You're totally correct. And when we picked him up from the breeder, because I told her the baby's name, so she'd been calling him that for weeks. Uh, she had that playing, so we could walk into our little song and our little dog. Yep. And in fact, Luca is another Disney. So we have Bruno and Luca. Yeah. So good thinking. All right. So I want to show you these snow globe cups. I'm hoping I can do them justice. All right. So they're a glass can. They call them can. They're a glass jar, basically. They have a bamboo lid like this, but this is what they look like. So they're double walled so that you can make a snow globe out of them. I put videos in the chat room too, so you can see all the glitter inside. And you can't really tell, I'm sure, but it's a haunted house is the image on the cup. And the glitter is all Halloween and it's full of little bats, little black bats. They're so freaking cute. So anyway, that's the Halloween. I already sold the other Halloween one and shipped it off to Washington yesterday. There were 2. There will be 2. I posted these on Facebook yesterday and they went crazy. So anyway, that's how the Halloween one looks. How cute is that? I have been dying to make these. And I ordered the cups for them and it took 10 days for them to come and I was freaking out. Luckily, I found some that'll come faster this time because I've got to replace what I sold and also get some more made for the fair because people really like these, like me. When I was doing the printing on these, the sublimating on them, I told Scott, if all I did was make snow globes every day forever, I think I'd be thrilled. Thank you so much, Sid. It's brand new. It came yesterday. Um, then I had all of this trouble. The first one was a big learning curve. And Scott was like, "You still want to do this forever?" This bitch, right? Yes, I do. Yes, I freaking do. All right. Here's this one. It's butterflies. Then I'll show you the glitter in it. I made one for myself. I've done basically nothing but play with it ever since. I have to hurry and drink my water so I can play with it because you can't tip them over and play with them when you have liquid in them because it will, well, run out. But anyway, so that's what this one looks like. And I actually put pictures in the chat room of all of them, even though a couple of them are gone. But like I said, I can always make more. Is that not the cutest thing? I'm starting to think about what everyone's getting for Christmas this year, and it's probably these because I love them. I don't know about the men. Do you think the men would like these? I don't know if they would. This one is the one I made myself, and everyone has tried to order it, so I'm going to make a few more. But it says, I love fall most of all. And it's got all of these fall leaves around the edges of it that are pressed on it. But then the glitter inside is full of little tiny fall leaves. They're so cute. So I'll show you. Out in the sun, it is unbelievable what these look like. They are just stunning. So that's the fall leaf one. This is the one that I messed up with in a way that I thought was irreparable, but I spent hours at the sink working on it and I salvaged it. So there you go. So that's the snow globes. Anyway, so in love, having so much fun with these. The possibilities, right? I had ordered some glitter. And by the way, if you ever wondered, the world of glitter is holy shit. There is so much cool glitter out there. I could spend many days and many dollars just buying more glitter because there's so much cool custom glitter. Uh, yeah. So I bought some glitter with snowflakes and it looks like little tiny candy canes and candy cane colors thinking about Christmas. But anyway, just having a ton of fun making these, loving them. They're so cute and cool. Cute and cool. Is that a thing? Okay. But I also designed a whole bunch of mugs for the fair that I really, really love. So I wanted to show some of those off. And I did put a picture of all of these in the chat room. So this is one of my AI art creations, just a fall scene. And then this one was a special request that I made for a client, but I liked it so much that I'm also just going to sell the design. Some of you will love this. My favorite season is the fall of the patriarchy. If you don't love that, it's fine. It's okay. You don't have to drink out of it, but this is my favorite. uh, okay. This one. I had a lot of fun with Sanderson Sisters stuff because the brand new Hocus Pocus comes out on Friday. And if you absolutely love the first one and watch it every year a few times, like me, you're going to love it. So, the Sanderson Sisters Bed and Breakfast from Salem, Mass. And then at the top it says, Children stay free. Isn't that cute? All right, hold on. Okay. I just thought this was cute. A little Halloweeny scene with a big full moon. And of course, a raven on it because, it's me we're talking about. Yeah. Lynn said, or M said that mug took me a second, but then I laughed out loud. I know, right? Okay. This is one of my favorites. The little gnomes. And it says, reach for the stars. So cute. All right. This one I actually made a rug for my front door with, and then I like this design so much I've made a few different things out of it. But it's like an old-fashioned Halloween greeting. You have an owl and a black cat, and a witch's broom and a hat, and it says, "The witching hour is near." Probably my favorite, except for that Fall of the Patriarchy one. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, okay. Witch's brew, because every good witch needs a mug for her brew. Okay, another nod to Hocus Pocus. This is the Thackeray Binks fan club. If you know, you know. If you're a Hocus Pocus fan, you know. Hey, Maya. And one more. It's a witchy scene. I think this witch's hat is the cutest thing. The witch is in. See, I think this is good for anyone's desk, just to make sure people know who they're dealing with here. You don't want to F with this girl. You don't. You might find yourself in the freezer. I'll tell you all about it. Okay. So that's my epic show and tell. So thanks for obliging me in my show and tell. But let's keep moving. So let's take a look at Luminous. I've got quite a bit to share. The glitter, I'm telling you, Tiffany, it's crazy. That to see it in the sun is just unbelievable. But anyway, let's keep moving. Let's take a look at Luminous. So you probably already received it if you subscribe to it, but I'm going to put a link up anyway in both of the chat rooms, and then I'll open it to share it as well. Thanks, Ellie. Good to see you. Okay. All right. Hey, JR. All right. The cover I did fall steampunk. I know. What a combo. Isn't that cool though? I love all things steampunk, I'll be honest. I really do. Okay. So we called the magazine this week the Reap What You Sow edition, because it is harvest and we're all in a harvest period this time of year. And kind of we're in a period where you're starting to see the end of the year coming and kind of start reaping what we sow for the year. And here we are. So that is that's what I was thinking about, is that you reap what you sow. I mean, here it's harvest time, you know. We're not far from what we call around here spud harvest. That is the harvesting of the potatoes, because of course I am in Idaho, where potatoes is one of our major crops, especially where I live. So it's almost spud harvest. Like that'll be starting in the next week or so. And they'll dig potatoes for about the next month, depending on the farmer and how soon they start and how many acres they have. But potato harvest is going to get going in earnest. And they still even close the schools here, where I live at least, not all around us, but they used to. But here they still do. For 2 weeks, school closes because so many teachers and so many of the older kids are working in the harvest. So, we're driving around looking at all the crops, all the last like third crop hay coming in, all the corn getting sown down. All that stuff is happening right now. But it's harvest for all of us in various ways. All right. I wrote a little article about the goddess Elios. She is a Greek goddess of compassion and kindness. And she was a goddess who refused to have a lot of accolades. She didn't want anyone to, she didn't want gifts. She didn't want to be worshiped. She didn't want incense, lit in her name and candles. She just wanted to be kind and wanted to take care of people, and she was known for caring for the poor and hanging out with and spending time with the poor and the downtrodden and always working to elevate people. And in a world where cruelty seems to be something that's gotten way too freaking normal, this is where we are. And so I was thinking about her today. And so this is an AI image that I designed of her. But may we all be a little bit more, or a lot bit more like Elios and a whole lot less like some of the cruel nonsense we're seeing in this world right now. I just can't. You guys too. I know. I'm singing to the choir here. Okay. All right. Let's move on to bitch scopes. Kelly says a spicy week, a spicy essay. If Kelly's going spicy, it's going to be good for sure. All right. She says, I have to say this week looks a little spicy. Recurring themes are passion, rebellion, impulsiveness, and intensity. But there are some definite gifts this week as well. Well, good. She's got a lot to say. Really good stuff. I'm going to let you guys read it all because it's a lot, but it's totally worth looking at. So I'm going to just skip us down to a scope. And since we just did move into Libra, let's read Libra. All right, Libra. Well, there's no question. I would leave Venus as your ruler. There has been some discussion about Eris being the co ruler of Libra, but this makes me shake my head and blink fast. What? Eris does represent justice and power balances, okay? But her anger and rage are so out of place with Libra, who will sacrifice too much to achieve harmony. I don't like the idea of assigning a planetary ruler that represents the opposite of the sign. It was done with Saturn and Aquarius, and I think it's dumb. There, I said it. My Lilith is showing. You keep showing your Lilith, Cal. We love it. But how did they miss adding Juno to your sign as a co ruler? She is the protector of marriage. In your natal chart, I don't know if you guys can hear this notification, but it's driving me crazy. Okay. In your natal chart, she represents what you need in a partner and sacred connection. Asteroid Lilith is transitioning your 11th house of friends, hopes, and dreams. Black Moon Lilith is currently in your 10th house of career. There is a sense of rejection in peer groups of some kind. There is some aspect, sorry, had to turn that notification off. I can't do it. There is some aspect of yourself that you hide and protect or bury so the public doesn't see it. There is shame about some part of yourself that keeps you from being embraced by those same groups. Eris is in your seventh house of marriage and contracts. While you have scars from past relationships or past traumas in the current one, there is freedom wounding because it helps you to find balance because you tend to be overly sacrificial to keep the peace. Taking back your personal power will even the scales. So there you go. I love that. Yeah, I have a lot of Libra in my chart, and I definitely will bend over backwards to keep the peace, sometimes at my own expense. I know some of you guys can really resonate with that. So keep an eye on your scope. Those are great. And make sure that you read yours, your family members, your boss, your coworker, your neighbor, whoever you need to understand. Okay, I'm bringing you a freezing spell. This is one of my favorites. I can honestly say that I've practically never done this, but I have recommended it many times and had clients have really, really good results from it. A lot of times we were talking about exes, evil mother in laws. Neighbors, landlords, coworkers, creepy people, you know, people that you want out of your space that can't help but keep finding themselves in it. This is a freezing spell. It's very easy to freeze somebody out. Take a piece of paper with their picture on it, or just write their name on it if you don't have a picture. Put it in a baggie. You can put some water in it if you want to, but you don't have to. And put it in the freezer. Just stick it in the back of the freezer and forget about it. You can leave your freezing spell in there as long as you want to or need to. But this is a great way to ice somebody out. If you need them out of your space, it works. Yeah, Laurie said, I've done this many times and it always works. It does. It does. And I like this one because it seems to me to be karmaless. You know, to me, it's kind of a no harm, no foul deal. You're not hurting anybody, you're just moving them out of your space. And it's okay. It's a good way to just remove someone. It's also okay to want to remove someone. Can we be clear on that? Some of us, are constantly taking the hit and the fall for everybody else, and it works. Yep, it works, and it's okay to do it. That's, I think, the key. It's okay to do it. You don't have to continue to let people be in your space that are toxic to you. All right. Heart happenings from Ginger. She's got some great messages for the fall. Let's see. How about who do we never read? How about Aquarius? The angels and guides show a yes with determination. They say whatever you are trying to manifest, do not give up. With persistence and faith, you can and will achieve your goals. Well, okay then. We'll take it. All right. Always more crime over at True Crime Squad. However, we are on our fall break this week, which I'm really enjoying. Okay. I just turned my speaker off because I keep hearing a notification, but will you guys let me know if you can still hear my voice? I think you can, but hopefully that just makes it so I'm not hearing anything, not that you're not hearing me. So let me know if you can't hear me. But I'm going to keep moving as if you can. So anyway, we are on break this week for fall because Christy's out of town, and so am posting a few replays of episodes that are relevant right now, but kind of not knocking myself out either. It's kind of nice sometimes to take a little mental health break, or a health break, or just a fun break. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. Uh, so that's what I did. That's what we're doing. It's nice. It's good. Everybody needs a break sometimes. All right. Anita brings us Archangel Shamuel. Archangel Shamuel is known for his incredible all knowing vision. His name means he who sees God, and he shines very brightly with the light of the divine. And I'll let you read the rest of that and learn how to connect with Archangel Shamuel. And then, of course, Jamie Dawn has a brand new video for you as well. So be sure you take a watch of that. She called it Relationships and Expectations. Oh my. Looks like it's going to be an interesting week. We'll take it. So there you go. All righty. Well, that's what's up in Luminous. I wanted to talk a little bit about taking a break when you need one. We have been conditioned in our society, I think, especially as women, to believe that you can't take a break. You just have to keep going. You have to keep doing it. You just have to throw yourself to the wolves, right? There's some shame in it, there's some crime in it. Hell, jobs constantly leave you, offer you vacation time. And then when you try to use it, they penalize the hell out of you. It's hard to take a break. With jobs, it's about boundaries, standing up for yourself, and hopefully having a job that doesn't pull that stuff. With ourselves, though, letting yourself take a mental health day here and there, I think is so important, not just from work, but just from life in general. Just having days where you don't have to do anything, where you can just do things that are good for you, that you want to do. How often do you just do stuff because you want to? Or is 99% of your life taken up by doing the things that you have to do? I mean, we are all there in some way or another for sure. But I found this great article on positivenews.com about taking a mental health day. And I thought it was really worth sharing some of their ideas. I'll post a link in both of the chat rooms for this article as well. But I just really liked some of their suggestions. I think it's important that we all give ourselves that kind of grace. So here were some thoughts from them about taking a mental health day. They said a word of caution. Spending your day ruminating on your woes, thinking about things that are stressing you out, or doing nothing at all is unlikely to have any benefit to you. Instead, do some good things for you. So they had some ideas. Making the most of your day. On one hand, if you hate your job and it's making you miserable, spend some time on a mental health day looking at new jobs and applying. But if you're just tired and drained out and you just need something else to do, consider doing something creative, making something, wandering the craft stores, getting ideas, doing a little yard work or something that's creative that is going to make you feel good in the process. Get physical, some kind of exercise. You do not have to run a 5K, but maybe you could wander the park or a favorite walking trail or, you know, the mall. If that's what makes you happy, right? Either way, moving your body somewhat in some way is a great way to spend a bit of your time, and it's a good way to amp up those happy hormones in your brain. So it's good for you. Get outside. Going outside, we know that process of grounding and attaching yourself to the earth is incredibly calming and useful to your body, to your parasympathetic system, your nervous system. These are a parts of our culture that we're not very good about. And we have to remember that. Everybody, I hear this from people out sometimes that are like, I'm just not outdoorsy. Yeah, you are. Your body is. Your body was built to be outdoors. Maybe not all the time. Maybe not in, 30 below weather with driving wind or, 115-degree heat. But yes, you were built to be outside. Your body needs to connect to the earth. It's important for you to connect to the earth to help clear anxiety, to help your body to operate properly, for your spirit. Even if you don't see yourself as outdoorsy, at least sit outside with your morning coffee or roll down the window here and there as it's safe to do, or get outside and sit on a park bench. You were meant to be outside. It doesn't mean that you have to go camping or sleep out under the stars, but it doesn't mean that you need some time outside. We have gone to great lengths to be inside all the time and we don't get out. That also means that many people have a vitamin D deficiency. That's epidemic in our country. Vitamin D deficiencies because people aren't outside enough. And depending on where you live, it might be hard enough, even if you are outside a lot, depending on where the sun hits in your locale, to even get enough vitamin D. And so it's always worth asking your doctor when you go in for physicals to check your vitamin D to make sure that you're in alignment. And if you're not, you can easily supplement it and get more time outside. But time outside, I can't stress it enough. Get spiritual. Doesn't mean you have to go to confessional. or to church, but you can work on your spirit. You can pull some cards. You could do some meditation. You could read a book that's uplifting. You could do a lot of things to nurture your spirit. You can decide what's right for you. But those were a few thoughts from these guys from positivenews.com on how to do a few things that help your mind, body, and spirit when you take a mental health day. Something that I highly recommend that everybody does from time to time. Everyone needs it. I have no problem with having a take hooky day, or a play hooky day where you just go do what you want. This is good. Pamela, you take vitamin D. I have to take it too. I have to take it because vitamin D, you have to have vitamin D in order for your body to absorb calcium. And I'm calcium dependent. Pardon me. And so everything that helps you to absorb calcium, I really have to do. And vitamin D is where it's at. It's actually why milk comes in as such a well known. I'm not even going to say good source of calcium because there's a lot of other things that are better, but milk is such a good, well known source of calcium because it has vitamin D in it in pretty good quantities, and that helps your body to actually absorb and use the calcium that's in the milk. Blah, blah, blah. That's your little nutrition tidbit for the day. I don't drink milk because, well, it grosses me out. I can do other dairy, but I cannot just drink milk. Now, cream in my coffee, that's another thing. I can do that. But just like to sit down and just drink a whole glass of milk, ugh, can't, cannot. It's fine if you can, no judgment. There's just something about it that I just, no, can't do it. Yeah, Pamela, you have to take calcium as well. Yeah, I get that. Me too. Twice a day, every day. Over the summer, I decided I have, this is just one of those times when your spirit's telling you something, but everyone else is telling you something else. I had felt for a while like I was taking too much calcium and it was just destroying my stomach and so much pain. Ugh, awful. And I had been saying to my doctors literally for probably a year, I'm worried I'm taking too much calcium. I don't think I need this much. And everyone's going, no, 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 your numbers are stable. We are not messing with that. Don't do anything. Just keep taking calcium. This is good. But is it good? When my stomach hurts all the time? Is it good? When I feel like I'm just losing a lot of calcium? Like, is it? So I finally told Scott this summer, you know what? I'm doing it. I know what the symptoms of low calcium are. I can certainly tell if I'm making a mistake, but I am tired of this. So I did it myself. I cut my calcium in half, and under with Scott just really observing and being very aware so that I wasn't doing something stupid. And it worked and it was fine. And I went and had labs done just recently. And guess what? My calcium numbers remained the same. And I'm so glad I did because my stomach is so much happier. It's such a hard line, isn't it? Like, and I think I have pretty good doctors. I do. I've had not good doctors in the past, and I've worked hard to have great doctors. But in this instance, I just felt like nobody was listening to me. And I don't always have to be heard or validated. I certainly don't have to be right. But this was just really bothering me. Anyway, I took a risk. It worked. I'm glad. But so maybe 3 months after, I went to the doctor for a checkup and I said, so I went ahead and cut my calcium in half. And her eyebrows went up. She said, When? I said, about 3 months ago. I said, I'm good. And she went, well, she said, okay. But yes, we have to be our own advocates and we have to, it's your body. It is your body. And I'm not telling anybody not to go to the doctor and not take your medicine, but I do think that we have to be really careful about advocating for ourselves and knowing your body and trusting your body. Because honestly, if we don't, who's going to? If we don't, no one is. You guys have probably all had a family member as they got older that needed somebody else to advocate for them, and you have to do that too, but you have to advocate for yourself as well. So, anyway, it was a little gamble, and I know it's a small thing. Well, it's not a small thing for me. It's a big thing, but anyway, at least it worked out, right? It would have sucked to have had to show up at the emergency room having a low calcium and have to admit I did that. So, anyway, at least it worked. That would have been embarrassing, but it's okay. It's okay. It worked out. Suzanne, I love you. She said, I thought you said take a cookie day instead of a play hooky day. Hey, if you need to take a cookie day, Suzanne, you just do that. That's okay too. That's awesome. All righty. Well, let's pull our Bibliomancy chapter from Kathleen. I've got her book right here. Yesterday was Kathleen's birthday, and looking at comments on her page, I think there's a lot of people that don't understand that Kathleen passed. Her family never really announced it. And I don't know, maybe they just didn't want to, or they're not very Facebook savvy. I don't really know. But people don't seem to understand that Kathleen passed a year ago. It's kind of sad to me. But I guess it is what it is. Maybe ignorance is bliss. Maybe she just lives on anyway and it really doesn't matter. Maybe. But I just thought it was a little bit chilling or sobering to see people like happy several people have a happy birthday. Here's to a great year to come. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yes, they could memorialize her page. I think the challenge, honestly, Jane, is that Kathleen was one of the younger members of her family, and her sisters are quite elderly, and I don't know that they really understand tech very well, and can or will be able to do that. I think that's the challenge. Yeah. Laurie said she's taking a cookie day and a cake day. Well, hey, you you do what you got to do. If you got to take a nacho day, that's what it is, right? So, all right. Well, let's pull a chapter from Kathleen's book. So, of course, this is a message from Kathleen and her light beings. So, we're just asking what we need to know this week. Isis. I think we did this chapter a couple of weeks ago, but we'll roll with it. I come to you today to speak of honoring the divine feminine within. Man or woman, you each have the divine feminine within. It is appropriate that I speak to you today as it is the time of the new moon. Oh, well, okay then. And the feminine is connected with the moon. It is time to acknowledge the importance of the divine feminine on the earth plane at this time. This is a time when, as you know, there is a rapid emergence of the divine feminine. It is right that this is so. The energy is shifting so that there will be a balance between the masculine and the feminine. At this point, your earth has been under the rule of the masculine, aggressive energy. As the feminine energy becomes stronger, you will notice a shift in the way things are done. There will be more working together in a spirit of cooperation. People will become more inclined to reach some kind of consensus. I am here today to help you honor that part of yourself. I am here to demonstrate to all the grace, poise, and confidence which can come from the feminine. I come to share your joy in being able to connect with that which is within you and to help you bring this forth and manifest it into the physical. Look to me, and I will show you the way of strength and joy. You are all shifting into a time when you will accomplish more by allowing your feminine side to lead the way rather than the old way of aggression and demands. This is not to say that you will be, as you say, weak, but that by your very ability to see all points of view and to desire the best for everyone, your very strength will come forward. Call on me to show you the way. Call on me to lead you toward the strength of the divine feminine within. I will hear and answer your call. We all stand with you and share in the shift of energy. Remember, by allowing the shift, by expressing more of the feminine energy, you help to shift the energy of the earth plane. And as you shift this energy, you affect everyone and everything. It is time. Go forth in all your beauty and allow the new moon of today to help you step more fully into the divine feminine, which is already within. You are loved and needed now. I thank you for reading this message and I send you love, nurturing, and blessings as you move through your life. All right. So that is Isis. So thank you, Isis and Kathleen. I absolutely believe that. I have felt like for the last 15 years or so, we are just continually moving more into a place of the divine feminine. Is it easy? No. Is the old masculinity that has become toxic fighting really hard to survive? But we have a new masculinity in town. We have a new masculinity that is not toxic, that is not angry, that is not ugly, that is not controlling and divisive. And that's what's coming to the forefront. That's what we're seeing from our young men coming forward. That's where we're headed. We're not quite there yet, but that's where our young men are for the most part. But the old guard, they're fighting hard. They don't want to die out, but they are. And as they die out, the divine feminine gets stronger. One doesn't have to die for the other to live, but this version of masculinity that we've moved into, it kind of does. It has to go away for something better to form. I think we have watched, particularly in older men, a battle here for the last 15 years or so, maybe a little longer. It's a losing one, but they're still fighting hard. And we're seeing right now such attacks on women, such big attempts across the world to shut women up and shut women down. They'll be unsuccessful, but in the meantime, we certainly have sisters suffering, trying to change the worlds around them. They need our support. We need each other's support. It doesn't really matter where you land politically. We're not talking about politics. We're talking about humanity. We're talking about women as a whole and women's rights, yes, but also the support of women one to another. This is not a time for women to attack and tear each other down. This is a time for women to support the goodness in us, to support the evolving spirit of the divine feminine, and get us there. It's where we're headed. But yeah, do we have the old guard fighting hard to hang on to their relevancy right now? Oh gosh. Whew. Do we though? Fighting super hard. But they won't win. They're done. Give it 10 more years. And use your voice in the meantime. Use your voice at the way you where you spend money. Use your voice at the way you vote. Use your voice the way you operate amongst each other and in your world. It's coming. We're a part of it. It's just not coming fast, and it's certainly not coming without some struggles, but we expected that. And we're okay. We are okay. Well, we've done it. We've talked down to the end of the show. I want to remind you that I am a professional psychic advisor over at 12listen.com, and you can find me over there every day doing readings, healings, mediumship, pep talks, kicks in the butt, being a sister, a friend, whatever it is you need. I'm right there. I'm just a phone call away, or a chat, or an email reading. So Come talk to me if I can help. Don't suffer in silence. We've done enough of that. All right. Well, have a wonderful day. Definitely go eat a cookie. Order your favorite coffee. Have a glass of wine if you can. Whatever you want to do, but take good care of you. You deserve it. This has been the Katie Weaver Show here on 1 2 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world.